Hey, this is Damon from Top 5 eBikes. Today we're going to do a review of the Propella SS. That's their single speed 250 watt e-bike. So if you're not already subscribing to Top 5 eBikes, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button right now. If you're into e-bike content, if you like e-bike reviews, if you're shopping for an e-bike, or you just like fantasizing about cool e-bikes that you don't own yet, then definitely start following our channel, share our videos, and we appreciate all the support.
Subscribe right now.
Subscribe right now. So in this video, I'm going to talk about pros and cons of the Propella SS bike. It's really cool. It's just straightforward, budget-friendly, single-speed e-bike. And we're going to talk about the things we like, and of course, some of the things that maybe we don't like or we think could be better. At this point, I've ridden a lot of single-speed e-bikes. So you might have seen some of our other reviews, like on the Ride One Up Roadster. These bikes are great because they're so light, right? The Propella is especially one of the lightest e-bikes you can get. It's 35 pounds total, right? With e-bikes that are smaller, more lightweight, they're really meant for urban commuting, right? Very moderate hills. Again, this is a single speed, although they do have a version that is 7-speed, right? It's a little bit more expensive. Right now, this bike is only $999 at the time that we're making this video. So super, super affordable, but a very cool, striking e-bike.
As far as specs go, the Propella SS is built with a single-speed drivetrain. The 46-tooth chainring and 16-tooth single-speed freewheel are geared perfectly to maximize torque and allow strong acceleration on flat ground. The Propella is a Class 1 e-bike and can reach speeds up to 18 miles per hour. The Bafang motor is 250 watts and can deliver 400 watts of peak power. It comes with a basic LCD display and a controller that allows for up to 5 levels of pedal assist. The brakes are Shimano TX-805 mechanical disc brakes. The battery, which is removable, is a 36-volt, 7-amp-hour Samsung Lithium-Ion battery. It's capable of 250 watt-hours and can charge in 2.5 hours. The total bike weight of this aluminum frame is 35 pounds. And finally, the bike comes with 700 by 35 centimeter CST XPEDIUM puncture-resistant tires and beautiful anodized blue alloy rims.
So one of the main things I like about this e-bike, it's just super portable. It's very light. It's easy to carry around, throw on a rack, put on hooks in your garage, or if you live in an apartment, it's a great bike for an apartment. The Bafang motor is 250 watts, but it has peak 400 watt power, and you actually get a pretty good amount of boost from a standstill when you're riding this e-bike, which is what I really like. You get some decent acceleration out of this Bafang motor. So the other thing I really like about this e-bike is it's just the perfect entry-level e-bike, right? If you're on the fence about getting an e-bike, if you're on the fence about spending $1,000+ on an e-bike, this is really the perfect one to get. It's only $999, as I mentioned before. It's very low maintenance. We're just dealing with no gears, one chain, right? Chain's gonna be very easy to maintain. It's got these nice puncture-resistant tires. It's really like, it's not a bike that really blows you away, but it's a stylish bike that's made to be approachable for, any kind of urban rider. The other thing I really like about the bike is just how it handles. And, if you're used to riding single speed bikes, or like, even if you're if you haven't ridden a bike since you rode your BMX bike when you were a teenager, you can ride this bike standing like a BMX bike very easily, right? Because it's got a chain, as opposed to maybe the Roadster, which is a belt drive e-bike, right? The belt can typically slip, right, if you're standing and putting a lot of torque on the pedals, on the crank. And you can stand on this all day, right? And you're gonna need to stand if you are gonna go up any kind of medium-sized hill, right? Because this bike is not really meant for hills. It's really meant just for flat ground, short commutes. It's great. It's a great city bike. So, for those reasons, I highly recommend getting a Propella. If if your budget is low and you know, you're like I said, if you're on the fence about getting an e-bike and putting that kind of investment in a bike, this is a great first e-bike. So lightweight, fast enough, right? Powerful enough motor. You know, the battery life is not going to blow you away. It's really, you know, you're going to get maybe 20 to 30 miles out of this battery. But, you know, you could always purchase a spare battery. You can always, you know, upgrade, make little upgrades. But like I said, for a first e-bike, for a budget-friendly single-speed e-bike, something that's easy to carry, this is a great e-bike. One other thing I actually really liked about this bike is it comes with mechanical disc brakes, and for under $1,000, right, $999, you know, for a straightforward entry-level bike, you don't always get mechanical disc brakes. So, you know, kudos to Propella for including that with you know, standard in this e-bike, Tektro mechanical disc brakes. All right, let's talk about some of the minor things that I don't like about this e-bike. You've probably seen this, other reviewers have talked about this, but there's a pretty noticeable rattle with the battery here, right? I've tried to tighten the bolts around it, but you know, especially if you're hitting some bumps, it's kind of a distracting rattle with the battery. And you know, a couple times I had to pull over and I thought maybe there was something with the tire or, you know, something that I had to adjust on the bike, but it's just the battery rattles a little too much for my taste. And you know, it's something that I think Propella, it's feedback that I'm sure the company has heard, and you know, they maybe are going to improve with future incarnations of the bike. But yeah, I would say that's one con. Number two, you know, because this is a no frills e-bike, the components are not great. The little like minor touches are not great, right? These grips, they're kind of uncomfortable, right? They kind of hurt your hands after you ride the e-bike for a while. The seat also, like, the seat is one of the first things I would upgrade on this e-bike. Not the most comfortable seat. And then, you know, the other thing, number three, that I don't love about this e-bike, it only goes 18 miles per hour, right? Tops out at 18, and there doesn't seem to be a way to overclock the controller to hit like 20, 24. You know, I like nimble bikes, but I also like to be able to get easily to top speed of like 20, 22 miles per hour. And you're not going to be able to do that with the Propella. So if that's a deal breaker for you, you know, I wouldn't get this e-bike for sure. Another minor inconvenience, I thought, you know, you see these deep blue tires, right? These deep well wheels. They're cool, right? They're cobalt blue. But the thing is, if you ever pop one of these tires, actually had that happen, the tube, it's not just any regular tube, right? You have to get a tube with an extra long valve. And then the valve is the Presta valve too. So, you know, a lot of times you go to your local bike shop, they're not gonna have that tube in stock. And I ran into that. So I had to order it online. So, you know, sometimes that could be a little bit of an annoyance, but just keep in mind, you know, a regular tube is not really gonna work for this e-bike.
Now I'm ready to give you my final thoughts about the Propella SS commuter e-bike. If you're looking for an affordable commuter e-bike that's both stylish and straightforward, one that's easy to assemble, easy to maintain, and that you basically can ride out of the box, then the Propella is for you. If you like standing on the pedals while you ride and you want a quick, single speed, no frills bike, just like that old BMX you had as a kid, then this e-bike is for you. You're not buying this bike if you want a powerful, high torque motor capable of hauling small kids or cargo. To me, this bike is designed more for fitness, recreation, and light commuting, not for carrying lots of groceries. There are a few things I wish were more dialed in with the Propella SS. For instance, the battery rattle, the uncomfortable grips and bike seat, the fact that it only comes in one frame size. But for the price, only $999, those are pretty minor concerns when you factor in everything else. The Propella is a great entry-level commuter e-bike because it's super light and easy to take upstairs. It's easy to maintain and comes with some solid components for the price. Mainly a 250 watt 400 peak watt Bafang motor, a 1-year warranty, and solid mechanical disc brakes. Don't get this e-bike if you're looking for something with fat tires and a big motor, or an e-bike with premium components. That will set you back anywhere from $1,600 to $2,000. Buy a Propella if you're budget conscious and you just want a cool, fun bike to ride. Thanks for watching our review. Hopefully it helps you make a better decision about whether you want to buy a Propella SS commuter e-bike.
If you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to our channel and leave us a comment. Visit us at top5ebikes.com or some of our social media accounts. Thank you.